Alright, what's going on everybody? Thank you for joining me here again today. Apologies, I've obviously been a little while away from the YouTube while I had a lot of work going on. Trying to get back into it again now, obviously, recording some new videos. We're going to be looking at building a Pomodoro timer today, which is going to be a fun one for us. We're going to be looking at building it in Python. I'm going to be using CustomTKinter to build the UI for it. So, look, without further ado, let's jump into it. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is take a look at importing CustomTKinter. Now, if you don't have CustomTKinter installed, just into your terminal, into your command prompt, just type pip install CustomTKinter, and that's going to install it for you. We've already got it installed here. We've been using it for a few projects for a while now, so we're just going to type import CustomTKinter. Also import time. You can't buy time, but you can import it. We're going to import date time as well. Import date time. Perfect. Alright, so we're building a timer now. We want that timer to run for. So my understanding is that when you're building a Pomodoro timer, generally you want to look at like 25 minutes of focused, just like lock in focus time. So I did some work with the calculator earlier, and it turns out that works out to be about 1,500 seconds in 25 minutes. So we're going to have seconds remaining equals to 1,500 for the seconds. Next thing we're going to do, let's build out our sort of framework for our app. So we'll type in app equals CustomTKinter and .ctk, lowercase on the K. We're going to set the geometry for it. So what's the window size going to look like? We'll type app.geometry. We're going to just put it in an 800 by 600 window. It's probably much bigger than we need for the project, but you know, let's start with that and see how it goes. We're going to give it a title, so we'll go app.title. We're just going to call it Pomodoro time. Excellent. Alright, so what else do we need? We're going to need to have something to start the app. So app main loop. There we go. Okay, so now that's going to get our app up and running. But there's nothing to look at in the app yet. Just a grey window with a fancy title. So let's throw some things in there. Let's put in LBL action. So I like to name my variables based on what they are. So this is a label, you put LBL. If it's a button, you put BTN. Text input, TXT. It's throwback to my uni days when I first started looking at building with .NET. And our tutors were very big on you need to be naming things in a way that makes sense. Because you might have a label for your actions, you might have a text box for the action as well, if you want a label to match up with your text box. So you might have multiple things called the same name, but they're different UI elements, so you can differentiate it by the type at the beginning. So what we've got here is a label for what action we're looking at taking. So we've got a custom TKinter CTK label. We're giving it to the app, and the text that it's going to say is focus, because our action is going to be focusing, it's going to be locking in. So we're also going to have a label for our timer, and that timer is going to be a custom TKinter CTK label, so just a label. App text equals 25 minutes, 0 hours, 25 minutes, 0 seconds, just to give us a good starting point. We'll have a button to start things off. So custom TKinter.ctk button, add it in the app. We're going to give text, and that text is just going to say start. Nice and simple, and that app is going to have a command. Put it in a commanding position. Command, we're going to have fn start timer. Fn function, not like fn start the timer. No, well, just a function. Same way we've got LBL and BTN, we've got fn for functions. BTN start, we're going to configure our start button with a width of 250 pixels, just because I felt like it. Now right now we've got a heap of elements here, but they're not actually going to show up if we run anything. So we're going to need to put them into our app. So we'll go LBL action, we're going to add it to our grid, put it in position row equals 0, column equals 0. We'll make it sticky to the east and west sides of the panel we've got open. So sticky, EU. You can also have north, south, NS. You can just have east, E, west, west, north, north, N, south, S. Yeah. All of the options available to us. We're going to do the same thing with our timer. We're going to LBL timer. And with our timer, we're going to have it in the grid. We're going to put this one in row 1. Column still 0. So we're just going to stack these on top of each other. Sticky, U. And our start button, we're going to be a little bit different. Go BTN start, line it to the grid. Row equals 2, column equals 2. We're not going to make it sticky to anything. If we make it sticky east-west, it's going to extend across the entire panel we've got open, the entire window, which means it's going to completely disregard our 250 pixel width. That's going to be a full width button. That's not what I'm here for. So if you want that, if you're doing like a panel down the bottom or something cool, then you could go for it. Right here, right now, not what we're doing. We'll also configure our grid a little bit. And configuring that grid's going to be there so that we can essentially set the weights for everything. So the weights being how big they are relative to other things. So we'll start going and I'll explain it as we go. So app grid underscore row configure. So we're going to for row 0, give it a weight of 1. We'll do a few of these. So row 1 is going to be the same, row 2 is going to be the same. This isn't going to be a row configure, it's going to be a column configure. Now I've only got one column, it's column 0. Okay. Column 0. And so I'm going to have a weight of 1. Now with these rows, we've got 3 rows. If we were to give this weight of 2, it will take up half the space, and these ones would take up the other half of the space. It'd be split between them. We're going to go 1. We just want it evenly weighted. And this gives us our UI. So at the moment, it'll load, it'll show us everything we want, but it won't do anything yet. I kind of want it to do something. How are we going to lock in if we don't make it do something? So we're going to need to write out that function. So we'll define fn start timer. And start timer is going to disable our button. So btn start configure state equals disabled. Now maybe you wanted to make this a stop button. You wanted to make it something that you can start and stop as you need be. In that case, you just go text equals stop. Wait, we're not stopping. We are just saying once we're going, that's it. There is no stopping this. You're on a train and it is hauling butt. So we're going to disable our button and we're going to call a function to update the timer. So update timer. Perfect. Now that doesn't exist yet, so let's define update timer. Let's be consistent though. Let's fn update timer. Ben, update timer. Now, alright, so how are we going to do that? We're going to refer to the global seconds remaining, just so that we're not sort of creating a copy of that. We are interacting exactly with this value here. And we're going to check. We're going to say if seconds remaining is greater than 0, what do we want to do? First thing we're going to do, we want to count down. So let's go seconds remaining equals seconds remaining minus 1. Excellent. What else do we want to do? We want to update our label for the timer. So we're going to label timer, configure, and we're going to go a little bit crazy here, right? So we're going to set the text for it, but it's not just going to be some simple text. So F, so we can drop a variable within our quotation marks. Open it up. We'll do a string typecasting. So we're turning whatever value we get here into a string. We're going to use our date time and do a time delta. For that, we're going to feed in a seconds value, and that seconds value is going to be our seconds remaining. So what that's going to do is convert this number of seconds, or as it decrements, whatever the value is, into an hours, minutes, seconds framework like this. So we update it, we feed in this number or however many seconds are left, and it gives us an output that looks like this. So pretty handy, but how are we going to make sure it keeps updating? So we go app.after, we'll say after 1000 milliseconds, 1 second, we'll go and then update timer. And that way, every second, it will decrement and update. Now, what if we're done? What if it's not greater than 0 anymore? What if it's exactly 0? What if it's less than 0? So what else? We're going to reset seconds remaining to 1500. And we're going to make our button usable again. So we'll say btn start.configure state equals normal. Perfect. Alright, well, let's see if it's perfect. Let's see if we've just managed to one-shot this whole thing. I suspect we're coming back to do some debugging, but, you know, let's think happy thoughts right now. Alright, so we'll open up our terminal, type in Python, Pomodoro timer.py, run it. What are we going to get? Alright, we have our label for action that says focus, our start time 02500, and start button. If we click start, is it going to work? It's updating. Alright, it's counting down. The start button is disabled. We have nailed it, ladies and gentlemen. We have nailed it. Alright. I want to say a big thank you for everyone joining along on this journey. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you found it helpful, if you've learned something, click that like button. If you want more of this sort of content, click subscribe. If you really want some more of this content, then make sure you click the little bell icon so you get notified when a new video comes out. If you've got any questions, any feedback, leave a comment down below. I'm really keen to hear from you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time though, have a good one.